On October 30th, the European Commission presented its annual enlargement report, this time with a different tone from last year's release. With Georgia being further away from the EU accession after an election which reported irregularities, the question now remains how the rise in Euro-sceptic and pro-Russian influences among EU accession candidates is going to affect the process altogether. Joining me now to discuss this is Tomáš Zdechovský, Czech MEP from the European People's Party. A very good evening and welcome to the program.
Very good evening from Kazakhstan.
So tell me, why it's been 11 years since the last time a country managed to join the EU?
The problem for my country, why we joined the EU, was it that we want to have it economic prosperity. And this is the issue why another countries wants to join a European Union. Because join European Union means to be stable, be secure and be in VIP club, what mean that you can really count for the future, that you will be on the platform of cooperation, on the platform where the people are talking between together and you are part of the biggest market on the world.
Mm-hmm. I would like to take a moment because we've been looking at a series of different votes taking place across the region. We've had the Moldovan referendum and presidential election. We're going into another round of presidential election in Moldova. There was a parliamentary election in Georgia, an election in Bulgaria, a lot of elections altogether. But the referendum vote in Moldova, there was an expectation of sorts that it's going to be closer to 60% voting for. Except we've been closer to slightly over 50% when it comes to support for the EU accession. If the countries were showing willingness to join the EU at the very beginning and decided to join the accession process, how come they now seem to be performing a major shift when it comes to veering closer towards Russia? How would you explain that?
I can explain it that we are under the hybrid war. Also, especially in Moldova, you can see there that there is a lot of Russian agents what really were doing a lot of things. They were paying for alternative media, what we are calling the media, what are pro-Russian. So it was really very big pressure from Russia to give it the signal to Moldavian people that they will not vote for the future in European Union because European Union is for them the biggest hell on the planet. They use the specific narratives as that European Union is against the conservative values. They said that European Union is supporting only the LGBTQ propaganda. They said that they will taking the children and put it to the foster families, and they use a lot of things, especially for the villages people, what's take them the sovereignty of the country. Also, they said that everyone can come and buy the land in Moldova. Everyone can and have it the same things like Moldovan people. They can have it. The people from outside can vote it as the Moldovan people. They will have it the same rights. And many of these propaganda issues were promoted in Moldova society. Also, it was absolutely unpredictable situation. And you can saw that last 3 weeks before the referendum, there was a lot of artificial intelligence bot used in social media, what were every time putting their discussion in the social media and said to people that European Union is something wrong, what can not give them something new or prosperity, but what can took from the Moldavia part of the rights and part of the sovereignty.
So Ursula von der Leyen visited the Western Balkan countries as of recent. We also know that Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk visited Serbia. You could definitely see that there is a sort of a movement from the side of the EU member states and the EU Commission President in order to support those EU accession claims. Do you think that Ursula von der Leyen's visit actually have any positive influence on the EU accession process of the Western Balkan countries? What's your opinion on this?
Absolutely. If you really saw the press conference after her meeting with the president, you can see that she was openly promoted European idea and access many of Western Balkan countries to the EU. They are prepared. Also, let's do it, and let's do it in the short times. Last 10 years, when I was member of European Parliament, we were playing dirty game with Western Balkan. We said, okay, let's do this more for access of European Union. And they did it. And we never responded positively on everything what they did. Also, we said, you have to do more. And I think now Donald Tusk and Ursula von der Leyen give it very positive signal that if you are really prepared and you are manage all the things what we want, you will be member of European Union. And I think it's very positive signal for all the country, included Serbia, included Albania, included Montenegro. Also, it's something what can be very positive for the future of these countries.
Obviously, when it comes to the Western Balkans and the Caucasus, there is a lot of Russian influence, which is also a part of the hybrid warfare that we mentioned here before. But do you think that EU can actually afford to lose its allure with the Western Balkan countries and have Russia have more influence on the region?
I will tell you one thing, what I understand from the politics. The vacuum doesn't exist. If you really want to give it Western Balkan to the Russia, don't take care about the future of Western Balkan and don't really make any contacts and any future to income to the European VIP club, to the European Union. Also, now we are in the situation that we have to decide it. Western Balkan will be part of European Union and will be not. If will be not, of course, Russia will take this place and they will be happy to influence us through the Western Balkan. Also, it's crucial things. And from the foreign politics, it's very sensitive signal. If we will send it wrong signal in this moment, we will lost Western Balkan for the future. And the same situation is with Bosnia and Herzegovina. If we will stop our investment and our cooperation with this state who is divided to the three parts, it will be very problematic to have this state on our side, and Turkey or other country will come and they will take the control in this territorium.
With the second round of presidential elections about to take place in Moldova and the recent parliamentary election vote results in Georgia, how do you think EU leaders and EU as a union as a whole is going to address the candidate countries that could potentially get closer to Russia? I mean, after all, when we're looking at the situation, we also have countries such as Hungary. On one hand, they have the rotating presidency over the EU. On the other hand, we have Viktor Orban, who decides to make trips and congratulate the winners on behalf of the European Union, so to speak. How do you think the European member states and the leaders should actually address that?
You are absolutely right. I think that you mentioned Viktor Orban. Viktor Orban is specific. Viktor Orban is one man who made the contact with Vladimir Putin. Viktor Orban is only one who supported the winner of the Georgia election. Viktor Orban is systematically criticized the European Union. Also, from my side, you have it any family. In family, you have it 10 kids. 9 kids are perfect, well educated, and one child is really problematic. He's using drugs, he's drinking too much, and he lost all the money. And I think that Viktor Orban is this bad kid from your family who is every time make trouble to all European Union. I cannot say something another. Also, we have to decide for the future and speak openly with Viktor Orban. If you want, leave us, leave us. If you don't love us, leave us. It's very easy. Also, Viktor Orban go to Russia and stay part of Russia. And I think
it might be more complicated than that. I think it might be definitely more complicated than that. I'm really sorry to interrupt you, but unfortunately our time is coming to an end. So thank you so much for joining me here today in the studio. Tomáš Zdechovský, Czech MEP from the European People's Party.
Thank you very much for your invitation.
And so this would be all the latest news for now, but please remember to stay tuned here on TVP World because we will be having more news and features for you in just a moment.